Prajajanapalana Surakulanasana Nandagodana Rakovala Nandana Gradana Rakovala Govinda Madhava Navanita Taskara Govinda Madhava Navanita Taskara Sundarananda Gopala Sundarananda Gopala Yamuna Tata Jara Gopi Pasanara Yamuna Tata Jara Gopi Pasanara Rasarasika Kripa Moya Rasarasika Kripa Moya Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natapara Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natapara Bhakti Vinoda Shraya Bhakti Vinoda Shraya Yashomati Nandana Braja Barunagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Yashomati Nandana Braja Barunagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Gopi Paranadana Madana Manohara Kaliya Damana Vedana Amala Harina Mamiya Vilasa Amala Harina Mamiya Vilasa Vipina Purandara Navina Nagara Bora Vipina Purandara Navina Nagara Bora Bamsi Badhana Suvasa Bamsi Badhana Suvasa Prajajana Palana Surakulana Sana Nanda Godana Rakoala Nanda Godana Rakoala Govinda Madhava Navanita Tashkara Govinda Madhava Navanita Tashkara Sundarananda Gopala Sundarananda Gopala Yamuna Tata Jara Gopi Pasanahara Yamuna Tata Jara Gopi Pasanahara Rasarasika Kripa Moya Rasarasika Kripa Moya Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natapara Bhakti Vinoda Shaya Bhakti Vinoda Shaya Yashomati Nandana Braja Barunakara Gokula Ranjana Kana Yashomati Nandana Braja Barunakara Gokula Ranjana Kana Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Excellent, Hemita. Very nice. Good job. All right, now let's move on to the prayer. Somebody share the screen for Gita Wise prayer. Maybe Hemita, you can share gitawise.org and go to prayers. Meanwhile, we can get started. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपाकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमो पङ्कजनाभाय नमो पङ्कजमालिने नमो पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रये। ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा माह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं सद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभुनित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैतगदाधर श्रीवसादि गौरभक्तवृन्दा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, good morning, welcome everyone. We will now read Shikshashtakam prayers. It's going to be okay. Hemita is showing us a new way of getting to the verses. Okay, I used to always go to the bhajans tab. There's one more tab, but this is also good. So, like if you go, there's Vaishnava bhajan tab in there, left to the left. No, not that. To the left. Second one. No, left after team there. See, I mean, that way also you can go this way too, but okay, let's do. Take turns, boys and girls. Do two verses of a Sanskrit verse and afterwards continue with reading two translations too. Please take turns.
चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भावमहादावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम् नाम्नाम् अकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिस्तत्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन कालाः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवम् ईदृशम् इह नानुरागाः।
Everyone, please read. I mean, read along while you're on mute. Move on to the next person now.
त्रिनादपि सुनिचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिन मानदेन कीर्तनीया सदा हरिः न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीशकामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे Bhavatad bhaktiraitukitvaye.
Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam buddhao kripaya tava pada pankaja stita duli sadvisham vichintaya.
Two verses.
Oh, Nayanam galad ashudaraya vadanam gad gadarudaya gira pulake nichitam bapuhi kada tavanamagrahane bhavishyati.
युगायुतं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रावृषायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दाविरहेण मे आश्लिष्य आपादरतां विनस्तु माम् अदर्शनान् मर्महतं करोतु वा यथा तथा विधातु लम्पतो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु सैव नापरा.
Okay, read the last line to Sanvi. Last two lines. That is not part of Sikshashtakam, but it is telling the glories of Sikshashtakam. What is the result of reading Sikshashtakam? So read that one too.
प्रभुरा शिक्षाष्टका श्लोका ये पदे सुने कृष्णे प्रेम भक्ति तारपाते दिने दिने.
Translations. Please don't, who did not read the verses, please read translation. Take turns and read. Maybe you all can do one because there are many students. So one translation each.
Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtana movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names, like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction to them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I deserve beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth.
O son of Maharaj Nanda, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I fall into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on the end of the recitation of your name?
O Govinda, feeling your separations, I'm considering the moment, a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He's completely free to do anything and everything, for he's always my worshipful Lord unconditionally.
If anyone recites or hears these 8 verses of instruction by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, His ecstatic love and devotion for Krishna increases day by day.
Thank you all, Hare Krishna. So now let's move on to chapter 5. Verse, we were supposed to memorize last week's verse. How many of us did it? Verse 16, I think. No, verse 15. We were supposed to memorize verse 15 because we thought we almost got it while reciting it many times in the class, isn't it? Was it verse 15 or 16?
15.
15 is done, correct? So how many of you know verse 15 by memory? Okay, someone you knows. Anyone else? Okay, Ishi, Shri. You, if you raise your Zoom hands, that's better for me so that I can. All those will pop the first view for me. Okay, go ahead. Someone, you tell us the verse. Stop sharing the screen, Mita, for a minute.
नादत्ते कस्यचित् पापं न चैव सुकृतं विभुः अज्ञानेनावृतं ज्ञानं तेन मुह्यन्ति जन्तवः.
Awesome. Next, Shri.
नादत्ते कस्यचित् पापं न चैव सुकृतं विभुः अज्ञानेनावृतं ज्ञानं तेन मुह्यन्ति जन्तवः.
Nice. Who else had their hands raised? Somebody else had it. Akhil, you were going to learn. Remember, I had called out you specifically and asked you to memorize. Did you memorize, beta? No? It's very easy. It's not hard. Okay. Ishi, go ahead, beta.
नादत्ते कस्यचित् पापं न चैव सुकृतं विभुः अज्ञानेनावृतं ज्ञानं तेन मुह्यन्ति जन्तवः.
Awesome. Anyone else? You clearly didn't, I mean, the others didn't try, or they tried but they didn't get it, or they forgot. Well, the only three things can happen, right? One is you forgot. Second thing is you remember but you didn't try. Third thing is you tried but you didn't get. Which one of these is correct with the others? Are there any other reasons? It's fine, just discuss. Any reason is fine. I'm not going to judge you all, or no one is going to judge you all, but we need to know what's happening. We'll just get to the bottom of it. Or if we think something else is going on, which is more important, we didn't get time, that's fine. Yeah. High school, all of us have a lot of work. Karthik, please sit a little up or higher. I can't see you completely. Vishnu and Krishna, please turn on your cameras. And also Vaibhav, please turn on your camera. If you're not able to turn on your camera, log off, figure out what the issue is, and then join back. Okay. So maybe we forgot. Could that be the reason for others? Okay. So let's think of ways of remembering how we can remember that we need to spend every day 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes. I'm not asking you more than 5 minutes. If it is one verse, it is 5 minutes every day. If it is two verses, it's 10 minutes every day. Just try. And if you don't get it, I'm fine. Even if, I mean, nobody is going to, what you call, it's not going to be any difference for you. But you try for 5 minutes. And then after you sincerely try for 5 minutes, that's all. You come back and say, we tried, but we didn't get it. But we should try. Is that okay for all of us? Is it okay? 5 minutes every day? Is it hard? How do we use this 5 minutes? What do we do in this 5 minutes every day? For those who memorized, can you all give us ideas? What did you do? I don't know if you all spend 5 minutes every day, but if at all we are told, use 5 minutes every day for Bhagavad Gita verse, what will we do?
Maybe we can look over the verse, read it a few times, and then
That's it. Yeah,
right.
just read it. Yeah, read it a few times.
Yeah, and then maybe try memorizing one line at a time.
Awesome. But 5 minutes won't be enough, right? Then what do we do?
Maybe you can try the next day then.
Yes. You don't have to beat yourself up or think, oh, I didn't learn, or I might not be able to learn by the end of the week, so I'll spend more time. No, don't worry. Just do 5 minutes. That's it. Whatever you get in 5 minutes is good enough. But do it sincerely, those 5 minutes. Will you all do starting today? How do we remind ourselves that we have to dedicate 5 minutes for a verse? Vishnu Badam.
You can set like an alarm like at a specific time each day and like tell yourself to like do it for 5 minutes each
Can
day.
you all do it right now? However, you set alarms on your devices, on your laptop, on your smartwatch, whatever. Can you all do it right now? Set a reminder somewhere. 5 minutes. Everyone, all of us, let's do it. We all do it together. Looks like it's not working. So let's do it. Or do we think we should use our class time during Sunday too? But we are meet only once in a week. So how will that help? Okay, all done. Setting the reminder. 5 minutes. How did you all do it? Vedic, how did you set up the reminder? Where did you do that?
I just set it up on my computer.
Nice, good job. Sanvi, what did you do?
I put it on my calendar and I put an alarm on my phone.
Okay. And how about Jyotish? What did you do, beta?
I put on my computer.
Awesome. What does it do when you put on your computer? How do you do it? In such a short time, how did you all do? Just teach
No,
me.
you can just use the calendar app.
On your laptop?
Yeah.
And then just go put, or how do you do there on the calendar? I have a Mac, so how do I do it on my calendar?
You just like double click you just double click it.
Double
You
click,
like write the name.
double click a day,
Yeah.
and
Double
then
click a
add,
day.
okay, and then
And you
add
like write the name. And you can like make it repeat.
event, add an event there, is it?
Yeah.
And then how do I make it everyday event?
I have to make the repeat to daily.
Or repeat. Oh, yes, I see it now. Got
Yeah.
it. Oh, got it. All right. Thank you. Okay, now we'll move on to the verse of the day, which is chapter 5, verse 16. So I'm going to read once and then you all take turns and do it quickly. Let's not take too long. So whoever is taking up, do it faster. Don't think too much or wait for others. One of the qualities of leader, of a servant leader. We're not talking about leader who bosses, who wants to be recognized, who wants to be the one who's wants others to tell that you're great. That's not the type of leader we are talking about. We're talking about a leader who inspires, who motivates, who role models, and who is also willing to serve constantly. That's the qualities of the leader we are talking about. And we all can become leaders. Leaders is not about titles. We all know that, right? We cannot think, oh, I've not been called so and so in my grade, so I cannot do that work. Leaders don't go by titles, leaders go by opportunities to serve. Whatever opportunities we have around us, there are millions of opportunities, infinite opportunities for us to make this world a better place to live. And you all have the wonderful opportunity to make, because you are the youth of the world. And then you have the power to create the world that you want to live in. And that power you have to recognize and start using it, implementing it. It's not generally what we think is, oh, if somebody tells me, I will do it. Or if somebody is doing it, then I can follow. That's the mentality of a person who's in the mode of ignorance or in the mode of passion, no, in the ignorance. A person in the mode of ignorance, what he does, he thinks, okay, I'll wait for somebody to do it. And even if I get the chance to do it, then I will do it only if it is comfortable and convenient for me to do. We're talking about the modes here, how, because when Krishna is talking in this verse, right, we are actually not doing anything, but we're under the influence of the modes. Then we recognize what these modes are and how we tame the modes rather than the modes taming us. What is meaning of tame?
Control.
Control. Yes. So we control the modes, or we are in control of the mode rather than the modes controlling us. Because majority of the times, based on what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita and based on our experience, we are getting controlled by the modes. And the nice picture that Prabhupada includes in the Bhagavad Gita book is like three ladies are holding ropes, and they're actually like puppeteers. They're puppeteers and we are puppets. And they're controlling puppets, so-called we as puppets, through the ropes of modes of material nature. So now, yes, this world is made of, this material nature is created with these three modes. So they exist anyways. But rather than me being in the control of those, I will take charge of those. For that, we need to identify, when am I in the mode of material, when the mode of ignorance, mode of passion, and mode of goodness. So if at all I'm not looking about how to lead, and even if I'm given opportunities to lead or to inspire or to do something, if I am doing it only when I think it is convenient, or only if I am comfortable, only if I am not having to do much changes to what I'm doing already, then that person is in the mode of ignorance. Everybody with me? Stop sharing. Hey, Mita, we'll come to the verse maybe in another 10 minutes. Thank you. That is the mode of ignorance. Just think about you, your typical day, how it goes at home. Are you doing activities by yourself, at least the ones that are clearly dedicated or clearly assigned to you, or clearly you are responsible for? Are you doing them by yourselves without others following up? Or are you having to be reminded by people around? It could be academics, it could be your simple chores as making your bed after you wake up in the morning, putting your dish away in the dishwasher or wherever it belongs, rather than just throwing it in the sink and thinking someone else will do it for me. Cleaning up the table after you're done your breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Those are the simple things at home. And academics, again, whether you are following on top of your activities, or you're like, okay, the teacher taught me the topic. Now I'm going to get to it only when she asks me, or when she gives me homework, or only when she announces a exam or a quiz. That's the mode of laziness. Now, what is mode of passion? Can anybody guess what is in the mode of passion? This is a very important concept for all of us to understand, because most of the times the topics in Bhagavad Gita, like you're not this body or the soul, is so abstract for me, because how will I know? Yes, I'm the soul, but how will I experience the soul? Through, again, discussions and trying to get to the core of the topics. So, can you all guess what is in the mode of passion? Because we're going from the lowermost mode to the topmost mode.
Doing something when it only benefits you.
Very nice. Awesome. Good job. And what are the various benefits we can get? Someone else?
Like material benefits,
Like?
like
Don't
money.
don't talk to me like Krishna. Talk to me like how we are. I mean, Krishna says material benefits, but we have to tell
Yeah,
practically what those material benefits are.
yeah, like money, or like getting some type of like rank in your position or job.
Huh? Money, rank, position. For you, I'll tell about you. You're a student. Right now, you're not earning. You're not in a position. At least as far as I know, I don't think you're working yet. So what, as a student, what do you think are the benefits that a student gets when they work, or your age group, not only at school, but at home too, or outside of home among your friends? What type of benefits you get?
Like test grades.
Test grades, okay. And then that's all. How about these subtle things? Test grade is at least tangible. You can see the tangibility of a test grade, correct? But there are subtle things which are not tangible, like, oh, people will think good about me. People will think I'm a good valued person. If I do this, people will recognize me. Are these not subtle benefits that we seek subconsciously? We seek or no? How many of us want others to think good about us? How many of us care about others thinking good about us more than we really being good? more than, at least, okay, it's if not really, even it's not that we rather than we be really good, but more than we really be. So those are more dangerous than the ranks and all, isn't it? Because these are inside our subconscious mind, and we work for those type of things. Oh, if I do this, then my mother will be happy. Mother and father, yes, they should be happy, and it's okay for them to be happy, and we doing for them to be happy. But for society to think I'm so and so, to brand me like I am such and such person, that is in the mode of passion, when we do things for recognition, for some type of material benefit. Very good, nice. We all understood now, right? Mode of ignorance, mode of passion. Now coming to the next mode of goodness. Then what is it to do in the mode of goodness? Or what is our way of living when we are doing things in the mode of goodness? Or how can we call a person as living in the mode of goodness? Can you all guess?
They can do things that benefit others instead of benefiting themselves.
Yes, benefit others. Very nice. What else? That is tangible. And then what is the result when you do something for others? What is your feeling?
You feel good.
Internally, what is the feeling you get? We do things, or a person in the mode of goodness does good things because he or she is constantly encouraged to do good things because they feel good inside. Gives them joy, it gives them a feeling of purpose. It makes them think, within them they're feeling that internal joy. It's not explainable, it's only experienced. Can somebody explain, or somebody say, oh, how do you feel when you help others? Is it explainable? We can say good, or I feel very nice, but it's some sort of joy that we feel internally. And that is the person who's working in the mode of goodness. And then what is working in the mode of pure goodness then? Prabhupada introduced another one, Shuddha Sattva, or pure goodness. There is Tamasa, there is Rajasa, there is Sattva Guna, and there is Shuddha Sattva Guna. Sattva Guna is goodness. Then again, what is it on top of it? It's pure goodness. What is pure goodness? What is a person who is in, how can you tell a person is in the mode of pure goodness? We all know this, boys and girls. We have talked about this many times. Yes, Wendy. Yes, Samanyo.
They are in the mode of goodness, but with Krishna in mind.
Awesome. He hit the nail on the head. Yes. He is doing it, or she is doing it, because he or she gets the joy, and also because he knows that it pleases Krishna. He is Krishna conscious while experiencing that joy. So he's making Krishna part of the joy, or he's making Krishna part of his life. And he's Krishna conscious, meaning I do this, it helps others, I feel good inside. I'm not doing it because it gives me rewards, recognition, and I'm not doing it because I'm scared, I'm worried, and I have to do it as for the heck of doing, but I'm doing it because I feel that joy within me and I know Krishna is pleased. That's the mode of pure goodness. So now we know what the various positions, or what are the various thought processes or consciousness of a person in different modes. Now, with that as the, what do you call, compass, or with that as a guide, we have to evaluate moment by moment in what mode I am. Just evaluate, don't do anything about it. Just look at yourself as if you're somebody, and then somebody's watching you. Don't make any changes. Don't have to feel guilty. Don't have to feel bad. Don't have to feel great. Don't just be as another person watching. If I have to see about myself, I have to see. I'm looking at myself as if I'm not Aruna. I'm a third person, or a second person, maybe second person, and I'm looking at Aruna. And then I'm watching Aruna. And that person knows what is happening in my consciousness too. And then you're just noting down, okay, today I did this activity. What was my motive? That's okay. Just note them down. And then you can watch yourself. Am I in the mode of goodness mainly, on the mode of pure goodness? Am I in the mode of, just note it down again. Don't try to make any changes. Just note down. Watch yourself. Observe yourself. And then we can put ourselves, majority of the times I have been a combination of maybe passion and ignorance, maybe passion and goodness, or maybe goodness and super goodness, or pure goodness. So it'll be like a spectrum. It's not like a demarcated box. You cannot box your activities completely. Just like the 7 colors come out of the 3 primary colors, right? What are the 3 primary colors? Red, blue, and yellow. Like that, we have mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance as 3 modes. And then we have a spectrum of the modes that we can get into. How many colors can these 3 colors produce? Can you all tell me?
They make all the colors.
Infinite, right? Different shades. So many shades the blue can exist in. And a blue-green when combined, green more, blue less, blue more. So they're infinite colors. Similarly, there are infinite modes we can be. But we can categorize ourselves and see what mode we are in majority of the time. And then what do we do about it? We have to do something about it, right? If not, why do we do the exercise? We don't have to waste our time doing that. We have to do something about it. Because we want to transcend from mode of ignorance, if we are there, to transcend mode of passion to goodness and to pure goodness. So we have to do something about it. And that's where comes the application part. But take your time in just observing yourself and coming to a generic conclusion. It might not be like your total real conclusion. Generic conclusion, and then we make changes in our activities, in our food choices, in our time of the day choices to do our activities. And that's how we tame the modes rather than we being tamed by the modes. Isn't it? The goal is for us to control or be in control, not in being control, control the modes of nature rather than being in control by the modes of nature. I hope you all remember that at the end of the class, you all have to make short writing or short paragraphs, a summary of the class that we had. Some of you are just writing 2-3 sentences, and which is good. I'm glad at least you're attempting, but I really want your thought process to be put into properly. And that proves to me that you're actually paying attention in the class for the time that I'm spending, for the time that you are spending too. Karthik, I still can't see you better. You have to either raise your chair high or move your screen down. Tilt your screen down. Some more. Yes. No, you have to move a little more. I can only see up to your chin. I want to see your whole face. Yes. Good. Akhil, same with you. Shravan, same with you. Move your screens down and then show your whole face. And I'm hoping you both are also with me in this class. So make a summary of what we're discussing. And then first week or 2 weeks, just observe yourself. Don't do anything. And then we'll come back and see what we can do to improve from where we are. You don't have to tell, oh, auntie, I think I'm in this mode. You don't have to tell me. It's only about you for yourself. And then we can talk about the topics discuss about how we can get over the modes of material nature. It's not easy. This is something which even great sages are trying. But we will also get to work on simple steps that we don't have to really get controlled so much to the extent that we lose the opportunity of realizing Krishna. Okay, now let's go to the verse. Somebody share the screen. Thank you, Hemita. Verse number 16. Gnanena tu tat gnanam.
Gnanena tu tadajnanam.
Yesham nashitam atmanaha.
Yesham nashitam atmanaha.
Tesham adityavat jnanam.
Tesam adityavat jnanam.
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परं ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम्
ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम्
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
येषां नाशितमात्मनः
तेषामादित्यवत् ज्ञानम्
तेषाम् आदित्यवत् ज्ञानम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम् ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम्
ज्ञानेन तु तद् अज्ञानम्
येषां नाशितमात्मनः
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
तेषाम् आदित्यवत् ज्ञात्वम्
तेषाम् आदित्यवत् ज्ञानं
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्
प्रकाशयति तत् परं ज्ञानेन तु तद् अज्ञानम्
ज्ञानेन तु
ज्ञानेन तु
तज्ज्ञानम्
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
येषां नाशितमात्मनः
तेषाम् आदित्यवत् ज्ञानं
तेषामादित्यवज्ञानम्
प्रकाशयति तत् परम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम् ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम्
ज्ञानेन तु तद् अज्ञानम्
येषां नाशितमात्मनः
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
तेषामादित्यवज्ञानम्
तेषाम् आदित्यवत् ज्ञानं
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम् ज्ञानेन तु तद् अज्ञानम्
ज्ञानेन तु अज्ञानम्
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
तेषाम् आदित्यवत् ज्ञानं
तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ञानम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम् ज्ञानेन तु तद् अज्ञानम्
ज्ञानेन तु तदात्मम्
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ञानम्
तेषामादित्यवर्षणानं
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परं ज्ञानेन तु तद् अज्ञानम्
ज्ञानेन तु तद् अज्ञानम्
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
येषाम् नाशितमात्मनः
तेषाम् आदित्यवर्षणानं
तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ञानं
परासत्यति तत्परम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम् ज्ञानेन तु तद् अज्ञानम्
ज्ञानेन
ज्ञानेन
तु
तु
तदज्ञानम्
येषां नाशितमात्मनः
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ञानं
तेषामादित्यवत् ज्ञानम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्
प्रकाशायत तत्परम् ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम्
ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम्
येषां नशीतम् आत्मनः
येषां नश्चित्तमात्मनः
तेषामादित्यवत् ज्ञानम्
तेषामादित्यवज्ञानम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम् ज्ञानेन तु तज्ज्ञानम्
ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम्
येषां नाशितमात्मनः
येषां नाशितमात्मनः
तेषामादित्यवज्ञानम्
तेषामादित्यवज्ञानं
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम् ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम्
ज्ञानेन
ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम्
येषां नाशितमात्मनः
येषां नाशितमात्मनः
तेषामादित्यवज्ञानं
तेषामादित्यवज्ञानम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम् ज्ञानेन तु तद् अज्ञानम्
ज्ञानेन तु तद् अज्ञानम्
येषां नाशितमात्मनः आत्मनः
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
तेषामादित्यवज्ञानम्
तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ञानं
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्
ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानं
ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानं
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ञानं
तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ञानं
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्।
प्रकाशयति तत्परं ज्ञानेन तु तद् अज्ञानं
ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम्
येषां नश्यतम् आत्मना
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ञानं
तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ञानं
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम् ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम्।
Everyone done? Gnanena tu tatajnanam.
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
Yesham nashitam atmanaha.
तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ञानं
Tesham aditya vajnanam.
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्।
Prakashayati Tatparam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. When, however, one is enlightened with the knowledge by which nescience is destroyed, then his knowledge reveals everything as the sun lights up everything in the daytime. So knowledge is the key, is what Krishna is saying. He is telling that we are bewildered because we are in the modes of ignorance, or we are not having the knowledge, and therefore we are thinking we're the doers, and whatever happens in our life, we get very stressed, emotional, and also become disturbed. But here Krishna is saying that that's all because we are not in knowledge. Stop sharing now some Hemita. So we'll just discuss a little more on this. So for us, to be able to see what is needed for us to be able to see. I'm asking about physical seeing.
Eyes.
Eyes, yes. That's all.
Light.
Eyes and light. If I have the perfect vision, if I have 20 by 20 vision or even better than that, but if there is no light and if it is dark, will I be able to see? Right? But if there is light and if there is no power eyesight for me, will I be able to see? No. So we need two things. One is light and also our vision. Just like if we are in the dark and if it's a new place, maybe in your room, you know where things are and you can walk comfortably even without light, isn't it? Because you have been so used to your room. But if you're in a new place, what do? You first of all don't dare to walk at all, right? Because you don't know where what is. And even if you do, you are struggling to make the move. So, in our spiritual life, um, we are endowed with this opportunity of human life, which is like the vision. And the light is knowledge of the scriptures. For example, let's say for the animals cannot, though there is knowledge, they cannot take it. Isn't it? They're blind because blind, not physically blind, but they're not having the intellectual capacity to be able to take on to this knowledge or wisdom, isn't it? So our human life is like that, having that nice power of seeing, and the knowledge from scriptures, and especially the knowledge that is coming directly from the words of Krishna, from the mouth of Krishna, is like the light. Now if we don't take this knowledge, then what does it mean? If we what is that word, if we deprive ourselves of this knowledge, then what does it compare to the analogy of eyes and the sunlight?
We stay blind, but we can see.
We can't see anything. And when we don't see anything, what happens? First thing is we are scared. We are fearful. We're confused. We're baffled. We're disturbed. We're worried. We're sad. We're unhappy. When we take a good step and if things go fine in the dark, we're thinking, oh, this is good. I'm happy. And when we take the wrong step and we fall down, we're thinking, oh, this is sad. I don't know. And isn't it the experience that we go through in our lives? Because of darkness, because I mean, you might say, Auntie, no, I'm able to see you, I'm able to see everything, and there's light and everything. But I'm talking about our philosophical intelligence being lit by the knowledge of Krishna. How we go through the roller coaster of emotions that we go through. And therefore, what should we do? We should take on to this knowledge which helps us see things as they are, meaning develop the right perspective of every situation. Develop the right perspective of every situation. That means we are seeing things exactly as they're supposed to be. I mean, we are not now worried or scared, because in light, when you take your step forward, you are very clear, isn't it? You know where there is where there is a puddle, where there is clear road, where there is trash, and where there is danger. You are taking your steps properly, and you are fearless when you're having the proper vision and sunlight. But when we are in darkness, it's not the case. We don't take steps. And even if we take steps out of hastiness or out of false bravery, that we think, oh, yeah, I'm brave and bold, we still tend to experience situations by which we have to succumb to all these emotions. So Krishna is clearly telling here that this knowledge will take us away from nescience, which is darkness. Go back to the verse now, Hemita. So it's saying, one is enlightened with the knowledge by which nescience is destroyed. Then this knowledge reveals everything. A sun lights up everything in the daytime. So taking on to this knowledge is very important. So one might say, Auntie, I'm reading this Bhagavad Gita since how many ever years you're coming to Gita wise, but still, I still have to go through all these emotions that you're saying, which are like walking in the dark. But I have not gotten over those emotions. I've been listening to Bhagavad Gita and I've been attending these classes. Then what is happening then? Stop sharing. Sorry, Hemita. What is happening then? If even after knowing that there exists Bhagavad Gita, and even after being coming to these classes, we still go through these emotions, isn't it? How many of you say, no, I'm not. I'm not disturbed at all. I'm fine. I just take up challenges with an equanimous mood, and I am like not disturbed at all. How many of you can say that? I mean, I'll be happy to hear that if at all you're able to do that. That means you all are disturbed every day. Sahasra, what do you think?
I'm not like disturbed. I mean, obviously we all have our imperfections. Like we're not all as like the perfect beings. So maybe we can't endow all the qualities of Krishna, but I think since Krishna lived such a perfect life that we should all like see him as a model, I think we should like try to instill some of his like perfect characteristics and like I think we need to approach that like because we're not all perfect. So I think we need to always try to get.
Those who have to drop, please drop. Okay, so what do you mean by perfect? What is our definition of perfection? We should be clear if it is aligned with the definition of perfection that Krishna is giving us, right?
Well, we're also busy in our life, Auntie. So I feel like we can't really dedicate our life to like our scriptures and our religion as much as Krishna did. So that's probably one thing. And then so we need to try to take baby steps and like you said about the verses, we need to like incorporate sometime every single day to fit it into our such busy schedules. And we can't always have like positive thoughts and be in the mode of goodness always like Krishna did. So like we should always try to approach it that way. But
Nice. What about, let me see. Ishan, what do you think? Why is that we have been with Bhagavad Gita classes, but we still see things as if I am the doer, or I mean, whatever Krishna is saying in the previous verse, right? We are all those being people, isn't it? Why is it so? Krishna is saying one who gets the knowledge will drive away the nescience. Nescience is the right pronunciation. Do you all know the word nescience? What is nescience? I'm thinking it's darkness. Is that right? Darkness or ignorance? Based context. I think
It
I've
means lack of knowledge.
lack of knowledge. So, what knowledge is Krishna referring to, first of all? Knowledge of Bollywood movies or Hollywood?
No, maybe like talking about like the different modes or just or like how or what values he teaches throughout the Bhagavad Gita. Maybe.
Maybe? Maybe? That means there could be some, you're saying maybe, or is it for sure?
For sure.
For sure. Okay. Not be maybe, there should be sure. What? Okay, so knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, which Krishna himself is giving here, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so why? We have this knowledge, right? Everybody has Bhagavad Gita at home. Who doesn't have a Bhagavad Gita copy at home? Everybody has internet and laptops and network, and then everybody can go to Vedabase, correct? So we have this knowledge, we have in the form of books, we have in the form of the websites that we can access through network or internet. And then why is that still we are not the people that Krishna is describing in this verse?
Maybe because I feel like we're still learning the Bhagavad Gita. We haven't gone through all of it and we haven't devoted our life to it yet. Whereas there's like other Vedas who have spent like years reading through the Bhagavad Gita and just really implementing the values to our life. I feel like we still learn the Bhagavad Gita, but we're just learning it slowly, trying to understand as well, but still slowly trying to implement it to our life.
Very nice. So slowly trying to implement is a very positive and encouraging word, but I'm thinking we're hardly implementing is what I'm thinking. And yeah, that's a very good viewpoints, and I like that. Yes, Saman, you had to say something.
I was gonna say like we're more exposed to the material world than we are with Bhagavad Gita and whatever Krishna gave for us. Like we spend so many hours sleeping and going to school and all that, and we only spend like 5 minutes a day for Krishna for most people.
Exactly.
So
Very nice. Very nice, Saman. Okay, any other points?
Yeah, as like someone you was saying, like a lot of us are materialistic, and this is how we were like raised as well. It's like back in those days of Krishna, it was like more spiritual and more like ritualistic than like materialistic that is right now.
Even in the time when Krishna was there, there are a lot of demons.
Yeah, but it was more like how do I say on it was more like it was more based on like gods than like money and
True.
like popularity.
Right. Majority of the people were like
Yeah.
that. Remember in the story of Dhruva Maharaj, when you all know, most of you know the story of Dhruva, right? 5-year-old boy who gets insulted when he was trying to get onto his father's lap by his stepmother Suruchi. Right? She is so upset that because Dhruva's stepmother's son, Uttama, he was sitting on the lap of his father, Uttanapad. And as he was just 5 years old, and just like any child, when they're sitting with parents, if one sibling is sitting there, the other sibling also tries to get. So Dhruva also wanted to get on the lap of his father, but his stepmother used very harsh words, and she says, "You don't have the eligibility to sit on your father's lap because you're not my son. And for you to be able to get that eligibility, you have to be born as my son, and for that, you have to worship the Lord." So, though she was using harsh words, she is indicating about the concept of worshiping Lord. That means there was God consciousness. God consciousness was a way of life. However, there were some people who were controlled by these anarthas like pride, anger, and lust and envy. But it was like the underlying principle of life. So, as Jyotish said, in previous yugas, the consciousness or the daily lifestyle was designed in such a way that God is reminded, or we were reminded of God, not God is reminded. We were reminded of God in some or the other way. And that's why these rituals came into existence. Because rituals are the connecting link between the, as we read for the Sankranti festival, between the significance and the spirituality of a festival or of an event. The rituals are the connecting link. So we have to celebrate the rituals, but we have to understand the significance and what is the spiritual. For example, we fly kites, we thought about it, right? We discussed about it. The significance is we are flying because it is sun celebrated in the memory of sun, and the spirituality is about being thankful to the sun lord. Sun transitions from one zodiac sign to another, therefore we fly kites because they're up in the sky and we get to stay in the sunshine and we get to look at the sun and all that because it's going to be warmer days coming ahead. And the spirituality is being thankful for the demigods and the material elements that are showered for us to live happily. So, as Jyotish said, yes, our life was more centric around rituals, which reminded us of divinity. Whereas now, because of busy schedules, as someone you said, or because of too much material engagements and too much laziness, that we spend more time in sleeping, and more sleep is because of more the food type that we eat. Maybe we ate pizza or some more food in the mode of ignorance, which actually makes our body lazy. Or even if we are sleeping 8 hours, that's fine. But if we feel completely rested, the remaining 16 hours, we are in the mode of goodness. But since we haven't rested completely in the time that the body needed, we are still in the mode of laziness when we wake up. So there is light in the form of knowledge for us, which is like the sunlight in the comparison that Krishna himself made in this verse. And there is our own eyesight, which is in the form of the human life and the philosophical intelligence that is attached to it. However, we are still blind, or we are still in the mode of ignorance. Why? Because we are putting ourselves in dark rooms. Just like if there is sunlight too, and I put myself in rooms which are windows closed, curtains closed, and I say, oh, I cannot see the sun. It's so dark. I'm so sad. I'm so miserable because I don't have light. Isn't that foolishness? All that the person has to do is open the curtains, open the windows, and there is sunlight. And for us, opening that curtains and windows or walking out into sunlight is making that 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes time to spend with this powerful source of light, or in the form of knowledge in the scriptures. Because knowledge is light and ignorance is darkness. So we all have to make the time consciously. It is not easy. Time is also an element that is non-different from Krishna, created by Krishna only in the material world. In the spiritual world, there is no concept of time. There is no birth, there is no old age, there is no death. Everybody appears in the youthful form and stays in youthful form forever. There is no concept of time there. However, there is this different leelas that Krishna spends in the moonlight, in the just for the purpose of the leelas and the pastimes that Krishna and his close associates in the spiritual world enjoy. These are different settings, like just when we do performances on stage, and if we need a setup for setting for showing, demonstrating, like for example, if we do your drama that this group is practicing, we have to create a setting where Indra is coming with Samvartaka cloud. Is the stage going to become cloudy and it's going to be showering there? No. We are going to set it up there to imitate so that we can run that drama. Similarly, Krishna is going to manifest all those in the spiritual world just to perform those pastimes. So we have to, I don't know why we got there. I'm forgetting my trail of thought. There is no time concept in spiritual world, and we are under the influence of time. Time is Krishna. We have to remember that whenever we see our watch, wristwatch, we should Think, imagine, oh, this is Krishna. This number that I'm seeing, the 938 time, is actually manifestation of Krishna, non different from Krishna. That is being Krishna conscious. Oh, Krishna, I have 5 more minutes before I get to the class, so maybe I have to use it wisely. I have to do this, I have to do that. Oh, Krishna, I have to wake up at this time, so please help me. Oh, Krishna, thank you for waking me up, and I want to utilize my time today, the next whatever number of hours, in the right way, in the direction that I can fulfill the purpose of my role as a student, as a daughter, as a son, as a friend, in all walks of my life. I want to do the best in a way that pleases you, Krishna, because it also makes me happy. And that is the joy that the great sages and the great people who are performing bhakti are experiencing. They're experiencing that internal joy of doing the right things, which is inexplainable. We generally think, oh, joy is going and spending time, gossiping, partying, which is okay. It's not bad, not that you have to give up all that. But you're not indulge so much into that becomes part of our life under consciousness, that and we degrade our consciousness to such an extent that we forget Krishna. People should remember us for our values. If after 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, if a friend of yours meets and if they're amazed to see that you're still holding on to the values that you are believed or you believe now or you're exhibiting now, and that friend of yours remembers that you are a person who was, but again as we said, it's not for them to remember. That will become mode of passion. Right? It should be in the mode of goodness, where we don't do for others to remember us, but because we love it. But when we do it because we love it, that is shown automatically, that's seen by the people around us, and that's the way we want them to remember us, not because we want them to remember us, but because they have seen it coming through our sincere interest in our value-based life. So we have to make time. We have to make to 5 minutes time. And I'm going to do the second verse also now, because we are losing time and we have to finish this chapter by the end of this year. I'm going to do the second verse now and then make 10 minutes time going forward. And if it's going to be very hard to make 10 minutes, just make 5 minutes. Come back next Sunday and tell me until we memorized one verse. Or until we tried, it didn't work. But we tried. Either of these two answers I want to hear. And both of you, whether a person who memorized or who didn't memorize after trying, you both will be treated equally. Don't think that a person who memorized will be considered as an intelligent and the other one, no. Trying and being successful, both are same. Again, success is the definition that we are attributing. But according to Krishna, true success is trying sincerely. Okay, now let's go to the next verse. Please share the screen. I'll stop at 9:50 so that you all can use 10 minutes too. Actually, you should log off at 9:55 because 10 o'clock another class starts. So we'll do till 9:50, stay here till 9:55, and then we'll go ahead and share the screen. Hemita is not here. Somebody share the screen. And if any of you are absent in any of the weeks, in the coming weeks, don't give it an excuse as not knowing what we discussed and not knowing which verse we learned, because I am putting them all on YouTube live. Everything is being recorded, what we're talking here, because some of your parents are concerned that we're not learning what we're supposed to be learning, but we are learning what we're supposed to be learning. So tell them to watch the videos and let them know how much we are learning. Okay, let's go to the next verse, which is verse number 17. How long does it take to share the screen? Thank you, Shri. It still has to show. No, it's a dark screen. Double click to enter full screen mode, it says, but I can't see anything. Can you all see? Now I can see. Tad buddhayas tad atmanas.
Tad buddhayastad atmanas.
Tannishtas tad parayanaha.
Tanishtastat parayanaha.
Gacchantya punaravrittim.
Gachanti apunavrittim.
Gnano nirdhutakalmashaha.
Jnana nirdhuta kalmashaha. Tad buddhayastad atmanas.
Tad buddhayastad atmanas.
Tanishastat parayanaha.
Tanishtastat parayanaha.
Gachanti apunarvritim
Gacchantya ya punaravrittam
jnana nirduta kalmashaha
jnana nirdutta kalmashaha tadbuddhayastadatmanas
तद्बुद्धयस्तदात्मानस्
tanishtas tatparayanaha
तन्निष्ठास्तत्परायणः
gachanti ya ya punaravrittim
गच्छन्त्य पुनरावृत्तिम्
jnana nirdutta kalmashaha
ज्ञाननिर्धूतकल्मषाः तद्बुद्धयस्तदात्मानस्
तद्बुद्धयस्तदात्मानस्
तन्निष्ठास्तत्परायणाः
तन्निष्ठास्तत्परायणः
गच्छन्त्य पुनरावृत्तिम्
गच्छन्ति पुनरावृत्तिम्
ज्ञाननिर्धूतकल्मषाः
ज्ञाननिर्धूतकल्मषः तद्बुद्धयस्तदात्मानस्
तद्बुद्धयस्तदात्मानस्
तन्निष्ठास्तत्परायणाः
तन्निष्ठास्तत्परायणाः
गच्छन्ति पुनरावृत्तिम्
गच्छन्त्य पुनरावृत्तिम्
ज्ञाननिर्धूतकल्मषः
ज्ञाननिर्धूतकल्मषाः तद्बुद्धयस्तदात्मानस्
Tadbuddhyastadaatmanas
तन्निष्ठास्तत्परायणाः
tanishtastatparayanaha
गच्छन्त्य पुनरावृत्तिम्
gacchantyapi narpitam
ज्ञाननिर्धूतकल्मषाः
yananirtuta kalmashaha.
Okay,
Tad
we'll do the translation now. Thank you for reading the verse. Krishna is saying, translation by Srila Prabhupada. When one's intelligence, mind, faith, and refuge are all fixed in the Supreme, then one becomes fully cleansed of misgivings through complete knowledge and thus proceeds straight on the path of liberation. So, Krishna is saying our intelligence, our mind, and our faith. And then he's also saying about refuge, meaning our shelter. Everything should be fixed on the Supreme, who's none other than Lord Krishna. Think about what is difference between intelligence and mind. Of course, faith we understand, and refuge we understand. Refuge is shelter. Krishna is saying your intelligence, your mind fixing on Supreme can happen only when we do some practices for that. One of the practices that Srila Prabhupada has given to all of us through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings are to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's called mantra meditation, where we completely put our mind on the holy names of the Lord, which is nothing but our mind is fixed on the Supreme. Of course, you have to focus on listening or hearing the names of the Lord when we are chanting. And then intelligence is the choices that we make through the knowledge that we have seeked. Intelligence is that part which will feed, which is coming in the time of execution. Mind says something, but how to execute is intelligence comes into picture. So that intelligence also, if we choose to execute it toward Krishna and by fixing it on Krishna, then what happens? Krishna is saying, our mind, we become completely cleansed of our misgivings, meaning whatever misgivings we have, whatever past activities we have done, sinful or uh, something which accrues karma, all those will be cleansed through the process of knowledge, because intelligence gets sharpened by knowledge. So this knowledge that we are learning from Bhagavad Gita is the knowledge that we have to use or engage in so that our intelligence can get sharpened. And then our mind keeps on telling something or the other, do that, do this, don't do that, don't do this. But we use our intelligence, which is now sharp, that is got from the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, and tell the mind, shh, keep quiet, or yes, I will do it. But we always take it toward Krishna. And I want to eat food, give me food. Okay, what will intelligence tell? Yes, we will make nice food and offer it to Krishna and eat. Mind is asking for food, but intelligence will make will execute it by making Krishna Prasadam, the food that we are eating. So mind is happy and intelligence has been used. And where did we get this intelligence from? By the association of knowledge that comes through Bhagavad Gita. That's one simple example, very common example. That's the example. Food is an example that is applicable to every one of us because every one of us eat food. We have to sincerely attempt on this, boys and girls. Try to eat prasadam, at least fruit that you're putting in your mouth. Just you don't have to depend on anybody. Just go and offer to the deities in your room, in your puja room, whatever you have, pictures, you have deities, whatever you have, put there. If you don't have a Krishna picture, include a Krishna picture in your temple room. Put it there and tell, hey Krishna, please, I want to eat this, but then I want to offer it to you before I eat. Because you're my best friend. That's all. These simple words are good. And I love you. And Krishna will be so pleased. He'll put all his mercy into that fruit that you're going to eat. Wait there for 5 minutes. Walk out for 5 minutes, then go back, take the fruit and eat. Now you have eaten something which is completely transformed. It was before made of the 5 elements: earth, water, air, ether, fire, whatever. See, these 5 elements are in different forms that we are seeing. Different material things that we see are all made of these 5 elements. That which was made of these 5 elements and which was going to cause karma to you because you're going to eat it is now transformed into something which is magnificent. It is totally spiritualized. It is the mercy of the Lord, which when we eat, actually is going to purify your consciousness and helps you become more intelligent. So it's like a cyclic process. You take the knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, you implement it, and then you get the mercy of Krishna. Then you become more intelligent because this knowledge, if we read it, we cannot understand by ourselves unless Krishna's mercy is given to us. And when we get Krishna's mercy, we understand it better and we're able to implement it better. And then because we're implementing, Krishna gets more merciful. So see how we are getting into more and more into our own benefit. Krishna is clearly telling the result of what happens when we take on to this knowledge and get out of darkness. And then proceed straight on the path of liberation. Gacchantya punaravritim. That is the Sanskrit verse. Apunaravritam meaning never come back into this consciousness where you're troubled by your mind, by the situations. That is liberation. Let's not talk about liberation. Oh, after I die, I'll go to some planet and all. No, that's not the liberation that we are at this level. Liberation has different meanings. So we'll take on this message of how we purify our consciousness, and wherever we are, in whatever body we are, whatever situation we are, we're still blissful, and that is topmost liberation. Blissful thinking about Krishna. Okay, I want to stop here now. Please take the rest of the 10 minutes or whatever time you need to contemplate on what we discussed today. Neatly write it up. Don't do it as I have to do it for the heck of doing. No, don't do it like that. Do it as a Krishna conscious active. Do it nicely. Close your eyes and think whatever you learned, whatever we heard today, and then put it nicely in the form of words. The purpose of you all, this little short exercise that I'm making you all do is, first of all, recap what that helps you all recap. Otherwise, you will just close the class and go away, isn't it? You will recap what we learned or what we heard today. And then when you put it in words, in writing, it'll help you remember it for longer. It'll stay with you for longer because now you're putting your thoughts into words and you'll have your own realizations. Okay, we have to start practices for dramas and dances soon from February. So please work it out with your groups. Meet at least 1 to 2 hours per week so that we are going to do the annual day. It's definitely going to happen, and it's going to happen right after Janmashtami in September. So we are going to do it. So we want to give the best performances. So in your groups, don't wait for others to lead. You be the leader. This is an opportunity for you all to be leaders. Don't wait, I'll wait for somebody to message. Or even after somebody messages, don't wait for others to respond and then think, nobody responded, so I don't have to respond. Don't think like that. Just start the conversation. See about what time works for everyone. If it doesn't work on a week, it's okay. Maybe next week it works out. So you don't have to stress about meeting every week too. As long as you all have the good intentions, things will just flow and work the right way. You all should have the intentions to do them for Krishna. All right, boys and girls. It was nice talking to y'all and sharing all these thoughts. I know Vaibhav is like, no, Vishnu was raising his hands already. Share all these thoughts with y'all because that's a very nice realizations for me too. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful Sunday and the upcoming week. And I'll see you all next Sunday, same place, same time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Two homeworks. Send me the summary by the next 1 hour. 10 minutes every day. Try sincerely and let me know how it went. All right. Thanks, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare
Hey,
Krishna.
Auntie,
Thank you.
I have my volunteer class, so can I send it after?
Yes, yes. Sure.
Okay.
No.
Okay, bye-bye.